We've seen it all. We won the Lord. We are Man United and we're never going to stop. Ole, ole.
Ole, ole,
Ole,
ole, ola.
ole, ole, ole. Whoa, 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 whoa. You're welcome. You're welcome once again to another exciting edition of United and Everything Football. I'm sure before you opened this video, you kept smiling. You were like, what do these guys have for me? Well, we have a lot for you, actually. We do have a lot for you. Because for the first time since 2021, United have won away against a top 6 side. Read my lips. 2021. 3 years down the line, we've not been able to win against Spurs away. We've not been able to win against Chelsea away. We've not been able to win against Arsenal away. We've not been able to win against Liverpool away. We've not been able to win against City away. And what a game Ruben Amorim's Reds gave to us in the game at the Etihad, right at their backyard, right just across the street in Manchester. We beat them 2-1. Manchester United. Amad Diallo, the star man of the moment, doing it for Man United. What a moment, what a season. I'm not hiring a commentary. I'm here to just present United and Everything Football. Kwame, welcome once again to another exciting edition of United and Everything Football.
Calm your tits.
Oh, how can I be calm? I can't keep calm, gentlemen.
You can't keep calm.
I can't keep calm. You see, I had to turn the cap. I had to turn it. So I can't keep calm. Kali, how is it for you? How is it for you?
I'm ecstatic. We've been waiting for this moment for a very, very long time. I think the last time we felt like this was the FA Cup final.
Yes.
Yeah, that's just about it. That was the almighty high. So it was fantastic.
It was fantastic. We'll come back from this quick break to break the game down so that you get to experience exactly how things went in the game at the Etihad. It was an exciting one. So as usual, I know what to do. Please, we know you've been away because we've been losing games, so you decided not to come to us. Now that we are winning, you are coming. That thing is not good though. Win or lose, we are in it together. So
yes.
When we lose, come. When we draw, come. When we win, come. It's important. Remember to subscribe and hit the notification bell. Leave your comment with us. So important for us. Thank you so much for all of you who watch or who are with us through thick and thin. We love you.
Yeah.
Those who
kudos to those who are with us. Exactly.
But those who do not come, we still love you. So please come. Okay? The broken heart, we all they suffer. So
exactly.
Let us keep ourselves together. And let's keep enjoying ourselves here on the podcast. Let me make a quick turnaround. When I come back, I'll turn to Kwame and we'll break the game down. All right, thank you very much. Welcome back to United and Everything Football Podcast. As you know, we beat City by 2-1 at the Etihad, and it unfolded in a very, very dramatic way. In a game where we played well. Yes, we played absolutely well. We went down by a goal just before we went for the halftime, and we found it very difficult, defended very well. We found it very difficult in the attacking third. We're not making the good runs, or we're always caught with that offside trap, something, and it looks as if things were not clicking for us in attacking wise. But you know what? Kept persisting. We kept going. We decided not to give up. Amad Diallo followed through that Mateus Nunes mistake, got into the box, and he was brought down. It was a penalty. It was 1-1. Well, on our common group chat, one of our friends told us that we're going to win.
Kofi Abuaje, shout out to him.
Shout out to you. And I told him, Vim, we are going to do it. And from nowhere, Amad Diallo slots in. From nowhere, that beautiful lob from Lisandro Martinez to Amad Diallo, giving United 2-1. Kwame, It was exciting. Absolutely exciting. Let's break it down.
Absolutely.
Let's break it down.
There is no better place to start from than the lineup before the actual game. Because, yeah,
I mean, there
no
was
better
drama.
place.
There was drama the night before.
Yeah, we even have to go rewind to 24
Rewind.
hours before when Samuel Larkhurst dropped something on Facebook, not on Twitter. He actually
Yes.
dropped it on Facebook where he dropped the starting lineup for today's game yesterday.
Yeah.
The night before, in fact, you have to rewind it to 48 hours before. There were some accounts on Twitter
Accusing.
who were accusing each other,
Yes.
pointing fingers at each other that there are certain players who happen to be leaks at the football clubs. Leeches, actually. You know, over the course of time, we've always been saying this, that there are some players in the dressing room who have been blah, blah, blah. It's not in peculiar to this particular squad, but over the past 10 years, that thing has always lingered.
Yeah.
So these accounts were having a go at each other. And yesterday, someone like us dropped our starting lineup way ahead of schedule, way ahead of schedule, to sort of buttress the points that there are leaks at this football club.
Yeah.
And today, just before kickoff, even further drama, once again, announced by Samuel Larkhurst, that Marcus Rashford and Alejandro Garnacho have been dropped from the squad entirely. Like, they're not even going to be on the bench. So, like, does it sort of support the noise that started 2 nights ago concerning the leeches, or there is more to this?
Will you bring my banter with you here?
No. The thing is, we have to be very careful about how we talk about this, not to portray that we are saying this based on some facts or a very strong notion that the rumors may be true. So we are not. It's between the two of us.
Yes.
I am of the view that I do not want to rule out the fact that these players may be responsible for what is going on, but you are of the opposing view that it may not be limited to the players, but to anybody who may have access to such information at a football club, which is also fair.
Yeah.
But events are unfolding, and we will probably get to know more as time goes by. But let's come back to today.
Yeah.
So the coach is asked why he has dropped Marcus Rashford. He had explainers before the game and after the game. I think both explainers are consistent with each other. He's basically saying, I don't want to paraphrase or quote, but this is my interpretation of what he's saying. That why try the same thing if it's not working?
Absolutely.
Why continue to play these players when you are not getting a tune out of them? Do something different.
Yeah.
And there's nothing better a coach can do than to drop underperforming players.
Yeah.
So basically what he was saying is that he's seen Marcus Rashford and Alejandro Garnacho both in training and in games.
Yeah.
You've seen them in games. Like, since he came to the football club, Garnacho has scored 1 goal and has not really let things up. Rashford started well. He's played well in a couple of games, but over the course of about 5 or 6 games, if you put his output together, it's been short. He's been short. Even the last game, it led to us saying that, you know what, he's completely off it.
Yeah.
And probably it looks like he has 1.5 feet out of the door and just a half a foot at Manchester United. So it is no surprise that he's just saying that, you know what, if it is not working, you put them in a football game. They're trying, but they're not really trying. They're training, but they're not really they're not improving the team. They're not inspiring their teammates. They're not doing all the right things.
So go and train
Why
better.
don't you lay a marker and put them aside? Not even on the bench. Don't even reward them with the bench. You're not good enough and others are doing better.
Yeah.
Others should take your place.
Yep.
And he also says something very, 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 very telling that we have been saying over the past couple of podcasts, especially after Radcliffe sacked Dan Ashworth.
Yeah.
That people are losing their jobs at the football club. People had lost their jobs even before the start of the season. Erik ten Hag has lost his job. Alex Ferguson has lost his job. Dan Ashworth, who was employed for just like 2.5 months, he's been in a job for like around 5 months total, also lost his job. So now the only people we can look at now is the players, the actual artists on the football pitch, the people who are
the main actors of the game.
The main actors, which are the players. And if you're not going to get stand on these players to be able to demand from them that they should perform in the Manchester United shirts, then you have to show them the door.
Absolutely.
So that is where we are now. It is so clear. And there is no better couple to start with than those of our own. Those to be our own.
Right from Lacquer.
La Carrington, right from La Carrington, Marcus Rashford, who is supposed to be one of the leaders in this football team, and the extreme opposites in Garnacho, who is supposed to be a young budding talent. So he's literally covered the entire squad from top to the very bottom. Do you get what I'm trying to say? The most senior-most player, if you can even say that, that's not even correct English. I'm talking about Casemiro here. He earns the most amount of money. He doesn't play. He doesn't even come off the bench sometimes. That is where we are. Like, he's laying down a mark. I think all he's trying to do is own that dressing room and expect standards to go higher. Because if you're not going to perform, it shouldn't come at the expense of his job. Because like we said, even he himself as a coach, by now his ass is on fire because he knows that if he doesn't perform, even in 6 months, that man who was sitting upstairs, who was fidgeting on his seat, talking sternly with his new technical director about what is going on the football pitch. We'll sack him. He will sack him. I swear, he will sack him. So now everybody's on the toes. We're not going to babysit anyone.
Yeah.
There was no babysitting anymore. You man up and you do your job without any sentiments, or the next thing you are out of the door.
Absolutely.
So which team started? It was a back line of Harry Maguire. In the middle, central centre back, flanked by Matthias de Ligt and
Lisandro Martinez. Yeah.
And then the full backs were Mazraoui as right wing back for the first time, I think, at the Amorim. First time, right wing back, and Diogo Dalot at left wing back. I say that with a slur because, oh my goodness, they're dealing with a lot. and in the middle, he had Ugarte and Bruno Fernandes, right? And the front three was Ahmad, who was rewarded for his very good performance in Europe with another start on the left side, Mason Mount on the right side, and Rasmus Højlund down the middle, also rewarded for his very good performance in Europe. We started off just as we started off against Arsenal, where we are possessing the ball for long spells of time, confidently, right? Especially in the first two phases of play. That is from defense in around midfield.
To the midfield,
But the ball progression into the attack was almost non-existent. I found it quite interesting that maybe it's just good luck in a way, but bad luck for Mason Mount, right? That's when he got injured. In a way, it sort of helped us because Bruno Fernandes playing with Manuel Ugarte in the middle of the park can be a bit erratic. But if he has to play higher up the pitch with somebody else controlling the midfield alongside Ugarte, it works better. So when Mason Mount went off and Menu came on, I think it even helped us to further control the football match because we controlled the football match for most of it, even including the first half. Up until we considered just again from a set piece. That is one huge downer I have against Amorim and his coaching staff. We had a set piece coach, right?
Yes.
Ashworth and not Ashworth.
Wilcox, Jorgensen or
Jorgensen or exactly. But I think there is some sort of confusion going on because that set piece coach has not been fired, but I hear that his duties either he's sharing duties or
reduced.
I don't know what is happening over
there. Reduced.
But whatever that is happening over there is confusion because we can't keep conceding from set pieces every other game. It's unacceptable.
3 games continuous in a league.
We should fix it. It is not necessarily about the players not being committed. I'm not buying into that. The whole setup and approach to set pieces must be reviewed. And we have to do a better job than what we are doing now. Whoever is supposed to take control should take control of the matter. This is the Premier League. That's what I want these coaches to know. This is not the Portuguese league. We are playing with trees. There are big men in every team. When Premier League centre backs move forward into the box, these guys are huge. They are bigger than any centre backs we see in the Portuguese league. When they go for a header, they are going for a header. They are going to win it. We don't have the biggest of teams. That's why I was glad Harry Maguire played today. Right? You were spot on with predicting that he should play because he was absolutely immense as the central centre back. Marshaled Haaland perfectly and won almost every header in the box, except for that cross into the box that beat Diogo Dalot and found the head of Gvardiol and then puts it in the lead. City had a couple of pops at goal that didn't really trouble us. But what I did realize is the system and setup limits oppositions to not very good opportunities. Right from the very first game, let's say the first game was a bit of an off game because I think Ipswich didn't have very good opportunities.
Yeah.
But since then, since we've gotten better at trying to play the system, oppositions have been limited to less quality chances as compared to the past. So when you usually check the SGs,
it's very low.
Usually 0 point something at maximum. The opponent should have gotten the goal. It's not like under Erik ten Hag last season and at the start of this season where the opponent
conceding 20 shots, 18 shots.
Crazy. No, it's not like that. That's the massive difference.
Yeah.
The downer is we were not creating any chances ourselves. But then in the second half, I think what we did was we had to take the game to the City.
We had to be brave.
It was so impressive. That's the word. That's the word. We had to be brave. It was so impressive how we controlled the entire second half, in my opinion. Possession-wise, we're brilliant. The only problem that we're having, once again, was actions in the final third.
Yeah.
But even then, we were due an equalizer when Rasmus Højlund puts through Bruno Fernandes, and somehow the chip went wide. That was so heartbreaking for me because up until then, Bruno Fernandes was not the only person I'd say wasn't on his game today.
Yeah.
Let's not be deceived by the fact that we won today. There were certain negatives that were going on the football pitch, of which Bruno Fernandes is one. He is too erratic. I think he thrives in chaos, and that's a problem.
Yeah.
In this system, it's more about control than chaos. You don't want to lose possession very, very often. So he has to fine-tune his game a bit and not be losing possession at every single turn, making bad decisions and playing hoofball. Hoofball doesn't work in this system. So even as one of the advanced 10, he has to take care of the football better and he has to be more clinical. Yeah. He shouldn't start the death of another coach.
and say it was my fault or it was our fault.
No. We don't. Now we are not buying those smoochy words. We are past that. Now we've seen everything. We've seen everything from everybody, what everybody is capable of, including allegations of leaking information and whatnot. I don't want to go back there. But then we didn't give up. We didn't give up. We still stuck to it. And deservedly, we got an equalizer through our best player on the football pitch. Amad Diallo was our most creative player. Right? See, he is not, we don't want to big him up as a wealthy player yet.
Yeah.
But there was a player in there.
Correct.
The reason why I say this is even in the first half, he had this opportunity that was ruled offside. He gave the keeper the eyes and played the ball somewhere else. He is not completely formed, but the talent, it's obvious for everybody to see. And it can be nurtured and he can become a world-class player if he takes good care of himself or the club takes very good care of him. He pounced on a Nunes mistake. One of the good things about Amad Diallo is his person and his ability to recognize things that are happening. Very persistent. He doesn't stop. And then he makes these actions. He's not lazy. He's always running. And
that's the difference between him and the current Rashford now. Because Rashford
will stop. He will just stop. Once that pass, he sees the pass is going, he just assumes the pass is just going. Don't assume that. You should be a pressing monster. You should be a running monster. You should always be positive. Anticipate things before they happen. Exactly. The intelligence that they talk about. You get what I'm trying to say? Don't be lazy. And he was rewarded by that. I think he tried rounding off the goalkeeper, but messed things up. But then Nunes did the silliest of things, something I'd expect for some of the United players. This City player decided to recover the situation and just hacked Amad Diallo and got a penalty. And Bruno made amends for his rather poor performance in the day by sticking the ball at the back of the net. But we didn't stop. That's the thing. The difference between this game and the Arsenal game is exactly what the coach said. That we did not stop. We felt like we could actually win this. And let's be honest, City have been there for the taking for a very, very long time. Teams go there now and feel like they can get something from them because there is always a mistake in them. Yeah. They made the first mistake, but once that mistake was made, they had completely switched off somewhere. I don't know what's happening at City, and I don't care what is happening at City. Yeah. Long may what is happening continue. But they look like a pale shadow of themselves. They look scared. When they make mistakes, they look scared. They look like they are there for the taking. And we smelled blood. Yeah. We actually smelled blood. We capitalized on the situation. Like you said, Lisandro Martinez lobbed the ball in behind their defense. And Amad Diallo made this intelligent run from outside inside, right? Yeah. But it wasn't just even a straight run. He had to even...
It was a diagonal run.
Just to make sure he still stays onside. The reason I make this point is that ball was on throughout the entire game from the first half. But it's either we were too slow in passing the ball in through and in behind their defense, or we just didn't time things perfectly.
Yeah.
To the extent that we're always found offside. But this time he held the line brilliantly, lobbed the ball over Ederson on the side of Ederson, and then it wasn't an easy skill, an easy finish, but it shows you the quality that he has. He possesses to be able to put the ball diagonally across back into the net. That was superb to give us the winner. We never looked like losing this game from the second half.
Yeah.
We were down, but we looked like we could get back into it. We looked like we could win it. And the United I know, sometimes even when we do get late goals, some way, somehow, we even concede.
End up conceding.
At no point did I feel that we're going to concede, because he brought on Lindelof, he brought on Lenny Yoro at a point in those 9 minutes, and we just looked so assured that we're going to see out the game. You know that the late corner, yeah?
Yes.
I said to myself, no, this surely cannot happen.
It will happen. You know what I told you? I said to Lindelof, I even insulted, like, gentlemen, is out to head the ball. Head the ball out, you are heading into corner.
The ball goes to Zexi, and then Zexi runs the ball out,
and then that's it.
Game over. And Pep Guardiola is distraught and confused and calling himself a failure at the press conference. He's doing so many atypical things, and I absolutely love it.
Well, Kwame, that was a good one. I mean, it was a very good breakdown of the game. I actually enjoyed it. You've said everything. We played very well. Some players really stood out for me. I'll start with Harry Maguire, who somewhat has fit into this 3-back system, especially playing in the middle. And Amorim even made some remarks to that effect, saying that he's one of those players that really fits the system, given his physique and his ability to hold off some of these strikers and make sure that they do not have the opportunity to sniff in chances around them. And I saw one free kick or one corner kick that was about to be kicked. And you know what he was doing with Haaland? They were pushing themselves. They were extremely physical. And what he tried to do was to just push him off before the ball had even gotten to them. And that was exactly what he kept doing to Haaland. Haaland tried running in between the lines. And you know the beauty about that system? The way we are able to quickly switch. Now, when we are attacking, we look different. When we are defending, the way we are able to come together to form a bank of 5 or a wall of 5.
A lot of men behind.
Very quickly. Now, you know one thing we kept doing? We observed the threats of some key players and we found a way to neutralize them. There was this thing that Amad Diallo kept doing, playing as a 10. He kept following Vardiol to ensure that he doesn't provide any form of threat, especially going forward, because Vardiol has got that ability to get in between spaces to be able to. And as a result of that, Ahmad had to vacate a lot of space for Nunes. And you know why I think the coach allowed Nunes to have that space? There was
Nunes is shut.
He wouldn't do anything. There was absolutely nothing he would do with that space. Absolutely nothing. And that was...
And he knows Nunes. He knows Nunes
him.
More than
even Pep Guardiola. He's his player. He knows that Nunes playing at that left side was absolutely nothing that is going to create any sort of threat. So Nunes kept having those kind of spaces, but did very little with them. You get it? So that was Amorim trying to be very systematic with the way he was thinking about the game and knowing his players, knowing his opponents, knowing when to turn things on, knowing when to relax. And you could see how well we were able to possess the ball against Man City. We played against Man City. We had more touches in their box than they did. We had close to the same possession as they had. We had 48, they had 52. At some point in the first half...
I remember the last time that happened.
I don't remember. At some point in the first half, we had more possession than Man City, albeit not being able to create anything better with them.
Yeah.
See, this is my verdict. I am not saying Amorim has arrived. No. But there is a clear pattern to the way he wants us to play. This is the first time, or this is some time in many years that I've seen us play big games where we are able to beat the press of our opponent. Many times.
You have to go back to Louis van Gaal. He was the closest. You have to go all the way back.
That's how far you have to go. We kept beating the press with ease from first phase to second phase. Against Arsenal, it was the same situation. Arsenal beat us with set pieces. But for those set pieces, and we're less,
it's a different game.
And we're less brave going forward. So we should really help Amorim, because he's sort of been able to, in that short space.
He's literally trying to say it is my way or the highway.
No other way.
There's no
established
other way.
That.
There's no other way. So yes, it's either you buy in or we buy players who would buy in, but then we are not going to change how we want to.
We are not changing the way we play, and that's where we are right now. That is why the left wing back situation has become of a serious.
It has to be solved. I'm tired.
I'm tired, Kwame.
I'm tired.
Kwame,
I'm tired.
Do you know this system is purposely designed for a very good left wing back? Because the left wing back is the only player that always has the space.
Always free.
Every time.
Dalot is free and doesn't know what to do with it. There was one ball. Let me write it. There's one ball where Amad Diallo beat a couple of players on the wing and then fired in a cross with his right foot. Yeah. That was some stupendous cross from Amad Diallo. And all I saw was Diogo Dalot had appeared in the box and he was free and he controlled it. And when he controlled, I was like, this is your time to shoot or something. And he just laid the ball to another player at the edge of the City box. I was like, goodness me, this guy doesn't have a clue what the system is supposed to do. He has no clue what is. You were right in the box.
There were many times Dalot was free and it called for a player with a left foot to be able to send in a low cross or even attack
across the face of goal.
Or even attack the space themselves and shoot. But see, we have a Diogo Dalot, a right-footed player, who himself is a suspect, especially going forward, and then we are unable to make anything useful out of this situation. So the system looks good. I kept saying, when we're watching in our conversation and in our chat, I kept telling you, this system is clear enough. We need personnel to fit into this.
And you saw how we need a number 8. Let me just get straight to it. We need a number 8 as urgently as possible. Because see, as talented as Mainoo is, you can see the value of having somebody who can control the football game in the middle of the park. Alongside Ugarte. Ugarte, one of the players we have to give huge props to. Ugarte played his first game for Manchester United.
He played so well.
I don't think I want to see his pass completion. I'm sure it will be over 90% because I don't remember him ever giving the ball away. And he drops the shoulder so beautifully. He's not just a destroyer. He can actually play. I think it's taking him time to adapt to the Premier League. And I think what has even helped him more is the arrival of his own coach who believes and trusts in him. But what you can see is that we need another number 8 because this coach isn't going to play with 2 6s. It's about time we accept that the system is the system. The rules are the rules. It's a number 8 and number 6.
For those who don't know, we've explained it. Go and look for it and watch it. We've explained the system.
So if he feels that he needs a number 8 who can control the game and he doesn't 100% trust Mainoo to do it because Mainoo doesn't cover ground very well. He doesn't have the legs to cover ground. He retains the ball very well, passes very well, but he doesn't drive with the ball very well. And he doesn't cover well enough because physically he's just not there yet.
Exactly.
I think it's just part of his development. But you need an athletic 8 who can take care of the football well, who can drive with the football, you get what I'm trying to say, and then make those passes, telling passes in the middle of the park. Keep us thinking. That player would complement Ugarte so well. And we don't have that player at the football club. Eriksen is the closest to it. But you see, Eriksen is at the extreme end like this of the age profile. It's now slow, the brain just works, but the body doesn't work. Mainoo is young and hasn't developed yet. You need somebody in the middle of the two who is matured enough, but just young enough, experienced enough to play that role, and I think that will be perfect as well.
That will be perfect. Let's end it there with that game, and then let's quickly switch to the Carabao Cup against Tottenham Hotspurs. We'll be playing against Spurs on Wednesday. That will be the quarterfinals of the Carabao Cup. Spurs actually won their game by a huge margin today. they've been in a very bad place, but it looks as if they are trying.
Confidence booster.
Yes, getting those wins, trying to. And Ange Postecoglou says he wins things in the second season. So let's see. But Kwame, we've had a few injury concerns. Mount couldn't stay fit on the pitch. The coach has also mentioned that Mazraoui had a small problem, but we are not too sure how.
Mazraoui was at war today with
he was actually at war with
it was a good battle to watch.
Yeah, it was a good.
I'm not surprised he came off injured because he gave everything. It wasn't easy. Let's just say it was 50-50.
Yes, 50-50. and all of that. So basically that. But I mean, our players are some players are getting stretched now. Amad Diallo playing consecutively almost 90 minutes. What's his name? Bruno Fernandes, we know. Whatever happens,
it doesn't matter. He still play.
He will still play, and we should.
He's cursed with good health. He's cursed with good health.
But Kwame, how do you think that game will shape up? Quickly, that game against Spurs.
Let me burst a couple of people's bubbles. People who think that all of a sudden Garnacho and Rashford are frozen out. Blah blah blah. Going by rotation, because see, this lineup that we saw against City, many people predicted it even before the game, even before the league, based off the fact that he has been rotating certain players over a course of time. I wouldn't be surprised if Rashford and Garnacho come back into the form, not necessarily from the start, but they will be involved. Probably one of them even starts because Mason Mount is out injured. What I do know is we should be getting somewhere close to what we believe is our starting 11, irrespective of the rotation. We can now look at our squad and say there are some shootings in the team. If we are going to play a Champions League final today, assuming we are going to play a Champions League final today, we know certain players have to start in the team. Højlund will start up front. Amad Diallo is one of the 10s. If we are going to play with another 8, it will be Bruno Fernandes. Sorry, with another 10, it will be Bruno Fernandes in the 10. If you're going to play 8 in the middle, it's probably going to be Mainoo and Casemiro until we get another 8.
Another 8, yes.
Our wing backs, Mazraoui has to play as a right wing back. He has to play as a right wing back. The only problem we have now is on the left-hand side, where his countryman will always play until we sign a left back, because Luke Shaw is done.
But I think Malacia will play in the game, the Carabao Cup.
I'm hoping that he plays that game. I'm hoping, because I'm tired of this Dalot thing.
Yeah.
But if Mazraoui isn't fit, once again his countryman will be shifted to the right. We are talking about Dalot game in case people don't know. It's Dalot we are referring to, his countryman. He will go and play on the right because he will not probably risk Mazraoui, so he plays on the right with Malacia playing on the left. And the back three, I think Lenny Yoro comes back into the 4.
Yeah.
Right? I feel Lenny Yoro comes back. De Ligt goes back into the middle. Martinez starts on the left. And that's just about it.
Well, we'll see how that particular game goes. We've not beaten...
But I'm confident. Kwame, I'm confident this time around.
For me,
I think we'll do one of us.
I should feel... I don't know. Games like this should mark turning points for certain coaches. And I should feel that this should be the birth and cementing of the ideas that Amorim is trying to instill. These things birth a certain belief in the players, trying to make them, sort of appreciate exactly what the coach means. When you win games like this, it sort of cements the idea, like, this is what we want to do. If we are able to...
It makes you believe. It's about winning.
Exactly.
Winning breeds confidence, positive reinforcement.
Exactly.
It always comes back to that.
It's so if the players are able to buy into this and are able to continue, we could go on a run. You never know. But do
you remember before the game, I said something in our group chats that the best thing that could happen to Amorim today after this major decision is taken, because this is the biggest decision he's taken since he actually came, dropping Rashford and Garnacho. I said to him that the best thing that can happen to him is we go to Etihad today, we play well, and then we actually win. If he does this, he will own the dressing room. Because see, the best thing you can do is own the dressing room and make them know you are the boss.
Exactly.
And you're in complete control. And that the top hierarchy is behind you. So when you take decisions, now when you take decisions, not just about the coach taking decisions. It's the club that's taking the decision.
Exactly.
You can tell that there's an imprint from Wilcox upstairs with respect to whatever decision is taken in the dressing room. That if you're a player and you don't feel comfortable with it, I'm sure you're probably shown the door. So it's either you buy in or you fucking check out.
Exactly.
It's just as simple as that.
That's
and we actually won. So The way is our front.
The way is our front. The way is our front. The way is our front. So we'll see how that game goes against Tottenham Hotspur. And right after that game, we'll be here to discuss the game against Spurs. And I'm confident. I'm very confident that we could do one over Spurs.
I think we can win the cup.
We've not beaten Ange Spurs in a very, very. In fact, we've not beaten him before. That's the whole point. We've not beaten him. Yeah. Last season, he beat us at his home grounds. We drew at Old Trafford. We lost 3-0 at Old Trafford. And we are going there for a cup game before we go there for a league game. So we'll see how this one particularly plays out. So that's it here on United and Everything Football. Remember to hit the subscribe button if you've not done that. Also remember to leave a comment. Remember to like the videos. As usual, you know what to do. Drop the 100 likes. Drop the 100. You guys are doing very well with the likes. Drop the 100 likes, and that's a lot for the channel. So please remember to do that. Very soon we'll be increasing it to 200 or Kwame 150. Okay,
200. Oliver Twist always wants more. 200.
One more, so 200 likes. All right. Thank you so much, Kwame, for being on this with us. In the course of the week, we'll be here with a guest or two. You never know.
Yeah.
We'll see. And then we'll dissect the game against Spurs. Hopefully it's a win. Then we'll come here celebrating and enjoying ourselves. We'll see you on the next one on United and Everything Football. Have a great time and bye-bye.